We're good. We're rolling. Cameras on. Lights on. Sex appeal all the way up. I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweater. I'm cozy. Welcome to my podcast. This is another episode. You know what you clicked. Don't be surprised that you're here. You knew what you were getting into. And boy, do I have a lot to talk about. Famous last words. Every time I say, I have a lot to talk about, all of a sudden, brain dead. All of a sudden, I didn't do anything. If you thought I did something this week, nope, wasn't me. But for real, wow, what a week. I don't even know if it's been a week or 2 weeks. I thought I had COVID. Definitely thought I had COVID. I was so convinced that I got COVID that I placed not one, but two bets with my friends for $100. I bet $100 that my test would come back positive. That's how sure I was that I had the Rone. And then the test came back negative. You would think that I should be happy that my test came back negative. No, I'm $200 out. I really thought I had it, or else I wouldn't have placed 100. But that's, the fun in gambling. You never know what you're going to get. I thought I was going to get COVID. Instead, I got my card declined at Starbucks. No, I'm chilling, but I am out $200. But I'm COVID free, so hey, it's a lose-win situation, I suppose. But man, I was really hoping I got the cove. Not really, because I have shows coming up. Speaking of shows, what a great time to plug my website, alliemakofsky.com/shows. Do you live in Washington, D.C. or nearby? Well, buckle up, get to driving, take the bus or whatever you do out there. Come to my shows. I'm going to be right in the heart of the politics, I don't know why they booked me. I'm not a political comedian, but I'll get nasty if I need to. It'll be fun. I'm excited. I've never been to Washington, D.C. I'll bet money. Wait, why would I bet money? You bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to be at the Abraham Lincoln statue. Doing what? I don't know, but that man is fine. He was like, what, 6'5"? Ooh, freeing slaves at 6'5" and lanky. If skateboarding was around back then, Abraham Lincoln would have been on a board doing flips and tricks, and he would have been ghosting girls. Now he's just a ghost, and, whatever. But, damn, I bet he was pulling chicks. I wonder what, presidents used to be like way back in the day. There was a lot of drama. I'm on, political TikTok right now, and there used to be a lot of drama with the first ladies back in the day. A lot of crazy ladies, a lot of cutthroat ladies. I don't know. This is saying, the display's turning off. Is that fine? It went completely dark. Uh-oh. This might be an all left angle intro. Oh, okay. The display just went dark. Was it not recording? Well, I hope you guys like the left side of my face for the first few minutes. And we're back. Okay, wow. Welcome to the front-facing portion of the podcast. Anthony's had a long day. I know. I could have sworn you pushed it, but it's okay. I just won't pay you this month. Oh, it's the bit that won't stop. Don't worry, guys. Anthony's doing fine. He has a very large cage on the other side of the room. It is locked, but I have the key. So I thought I had the Rone. I'm going to DC, hot presidents. It's hard with this election because they're both so hot. Also, happy election year. I feel like this is going to take an entire year. Well, I guess the year's almost over, so it might actually take the rest of this 2020 year to figure out who the president is. The thing that sucks about this election is that conspiracies have gone wild. Remember Girls Gone Wild? Well, they're gone. Conspiracies are in. People don't want to see boobs anymore. They want to see the truth. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, it makes sense, though. There's so much lying, and I don't know. It's so easy not to believe. We've all become so cynical. No one trusts anyone anymore. You can't play in the dark as a kid anymore. Things have changed. And yeah, it does kind of blow that everything's so... Nothing's like taken at face value anymore. It's all like, well, I have a friend who took a government class in high school and they said that this is... We're all stupid. Why do we all think that we're smarter than anyone else? We are all dumb, and the fact that people think they know something or they're in the know. I'm not saying don't do some investigating, don't do some research, but like, come on. If the website you're going to for information has ads for... If it has Nyan Cat on loop in the corner of the screen, guess what? It's not a trusted source. But if you do like conspiracies and craziness, then I would recommend Sam Tripoli's podcast. I don't listen to it, but I would imagine if I was into conspiracies, that would be my one-stop shop. But it's just not for me. I don't have the energy or the desire to think too much deeper. But to be fair, I do like in my sisters, I was just with my sisters. We had a little sister trip in Ojai. It was very romantic, very sexy. None of us hooked up, but we were all looking like snacks. And I'm definitely like the conspiracy theorist out of the sisters. Like when the Wayfair stuff was happening, for those of you who don't know, there was this conspiracy that the cabinet company Wayfair was like financial money laundering service for child trafficking, because they had like a dresser, like a cabinet, a drawer for like $14,000, and the names of the cabinetry and dressers and stuff matched up with names of missing children. That one feels a little bit too hard to be a coincidence. And you know what's annoying is that I realized, you know, when you're in a fight with someone, like say let's do a little flashback to middle school. You're in like a word fighting match with someone and they're like, you're stupid. And you're like, well, you're stupider. And then your dad picks you up from school and on the drive home, you're like, I should have said this. I have that every single year with Halloween. I realized like 2 days after Halloween, I should have gone as a cabinet and then dressed up as a kid inside and been a Wayfair cabinet. It would have been so good. Like my hair in little pigtails and like a pacifier and a little blanket, and then just a cardboard box around me that opens up and it would say my name at the top and then like a crazy high price. And then you open it up and it's little baby Allie being sold in the sex market. But, you know, I'm not, like, I'll believe some conspiracies or feel like maybe some conspiracies aren't exactly what they're going for, but maybe there's some light as to the truth. You know, like with the Wayfair thing, it's like, was Wayfair involved? I don't know, but something fishy was going on. And child trafficking is definitely real and a huge problem. So there's, you know, you got to balance it out. You can't be all in with anything, really. Maybe with some things, but I don't know. So anyway, that would have been a great Halloween costume in conspiracies. Yeah, that's the thing that sucks now, is that you can't just, everything has to be contested and like proved. America is just a bunch of people sitting back with their arms crossed going, yeah, but like, you're wrong and I'm right and I'm better than you. I don't know. I go on Instagram and I look up the Trump hashtag and then I look up the Biden hashtag, and it's so funny because it's everything you think it is. The Biden hashtag is just like cute little twink skinny dudes in like full makeup, and like it's just the most extreme that you would expect from the Biden hashtag. And then the Trump hashtag is all like blonde young girls in Trump merch on the back of a pickup truck with hay barrels for some reason next to them. And I was looking at one of the Trump hashtags, and this girl, her name is Tricity. What the hell is that short for? Electricity? Who's naming their kids? And then the Biden hashtag, it's like babies named Gray who are being raised gender neutral. I was watching a Vice doc about that. This couple is raising their kid to be gender neutral. Its name is literally Gray. People be like, oh, is it a boy or a girl? And they're like, we don't know. And it's like, yes, you do. You changed the baby's diapers. I understand what they're trying to do, but they're just not. It's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. You can be like, my daughter, who is born with a vagina, but we don't dress her up in all pink and give her unicorns and princess like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to lean into the gender stuff, but like, if your daughter is born that way, like, I don't know. Seems a bit much. Everyone's going loco. I'm going loco. I posted a damn thirst trap on my Instagram. That's how you know things are not going well. When you're like, what is a quick way to get likes? And it's like, post a picture in your underwear, Allie. You betcha. Now I have simps coming in the DMs left and right. I really opened a floodgate. A lot of messages. Surprisingly, I only got like 2 dick pics. God bless. I feel pretty fortunate to not be getting like a huge stream of dick pics flooding the DMs, but a lot of dudes saying marry me recently. I don't think you want that. Maybe on Instagram I would look like a nice little wife to have, but then you meet me and I start complaining about the way that you push your toothpaste. My ex-boyfriend who I had on the podcast, Aaron, it got on my nerve. He would squeeze the toothpaste from the middle, push it down, keep it going. Oh my God. And he wouldn't put it back where I would have it. Like, if I have the toothpaste at the top right of the sink and you're squeezing it from the middle, putting it at the bottom left of the sink, you're going home and I'm not going to be with you. And I'll complain about it. And I won't complain about it when you do it. I'll complain about it when you're pissing me off much later. Allie, stop rolling down the windows in the car. It's so annoying. Oh yeah, you know what else is annoying? You squeezing the toothpaste in the middle and putting the toothpaste on your toothbrush dry, you psychopath. You gotta put it on wet. Wet the toothbrush. Put the toothpaste on from top to bottom. And then put more water on it and brush. And brush for like 2 minutes, okay? Why even try to brush your teeth if you're just going to put it in your mouth, spit it out? Grow up, people. I'm sick of it. I'm fed up. Yeah, so I'm actually pretty annoying, but online I must seem like a catch. But it is false advertisement. It really is. It really is. Because here's the thing. These guys that I meet up with, they are all in at first, and then slowly but surely they back away. That's not true. Normally I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm kind of like a boss ass bitch. Every once in a while I'll be caught slipping. I'll simp for a guy, and it always backfires. But most of the time, I'm putting you on the chopping block. The cutting block? Chopping block. I don't know. But you're getting cut off. I just get sick of things quickly. And I don't know if that's like, it's got to be like some mental thing. It's got to be either like low self-esteem or like some sort of depression or something. But I don't think it's oh, you know what it is? It's abandonment issues. That's got to be it. That's got to be the childhood trauma bingo for relationships. Abandonment should just be the middle freebie. Yeah, because I'll start to get to know someone and then I'll be like, you breathe weird. I can't be with you. And then I'm out. It's that easy. But I think I'll get to a certain point, and I think this happens to a lot of people. You get to a certain point in life where you go, I'll deal with the mouth breathing. I'll deal with, whatever X, Y, and Z is that used to bother you as a young adult. And you just go, I don't want to be alone. I need a partner. And that's probably what I'll do, I'll just keep fucking and chucking out here until there comes a point where I go, I cannot go to bed alone. That sounded sad. I'm fine. I'm doing great. I am. No, I'm good. I'm not really keeping up with the elections. I mean, I am, but it's going to take a while, so I don't feel the need to be so invested at this point when clearly a lot of shit's going to hit the ceiling in terms of Trump not being happy with mail-in ballots and having to recheck those. Hey, I'm all for it. If you want to recheck those bad boys, recheck them. I don't think necessarily anything has happened that needs checking, but if that's what makes you happy, Papa Trump, then go and check the ballots. Also, Biden is essentially brain dead. We're just weekend at Bidening it at this point. We're keeping him up. I don't know how he even forms sentences at this point. But it's all in, none of it's good. None of it is good. But I don't feel too pessimistic, but that might just be because I'm a privileged white woman. But it is kind of true. It's like, yeah, of course I'm not tripping about it because nothing that I do is too, is really, I'm chilling, and I don't know what to say about that. Not much I can really do at this point unless I just Rachel Dolezal it out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I put a poll on my Instagram to see who people thought would win. A lot of people said Trump. I think it was by 1,000. Oh my God. I keep jingling my toes on this weird Tic Tac Toe IKEA art piece in Anthony's living room. And I don't know why I keep doing it. It's fun. But it keeps falling out. Did you just do a zoom in on this Tic Tac Toe piece? Hell yes. But yeah, but I didn't have people click in who they voted for. I just clicked in who they thought would win. And I personally thought Trump would win. I still don't know who's winning because we gotta wait. So yeah, I'm just not getting invested. It's so pointless to it's just future tripping. Be in the present moment, bro. There's nothing we can do. If you already sent in your ballot, also a lot of people didn't vote. I feel like a lot of people said they voted. This is a record year for voting. I think Biden has received so far the most Democratic mail-in or votes ever for president. Yeah, which is it's insane. So many people voted. But it's annoying because I know people who didn't vote. How gross. How embarrassing. Did you vote, Anthony?
Yeah.
You're lying. Oh my God. So many people I know didn't vote. I don't get it. It's the easiest thing. It seems overwhelming. It seems stressful. There's literally cheat sheets. There's cheat sheets. If you're there's cheat sheets for everyone. There's cheat sheets for cops. I essentially go full libtarded out and just do the opposite of whatever the cops are voting for, because I know shit is corrupt within that little group. If you're a cop and you're watching this podcast, don't click out, okay? Don't be a snowflake right now. I'm just saying, as a whole, I don't like talking about politics. Don't cancel me. Just kidding. Do it. I fucking dare you. I dare you. Come after me. Oh. I'm gonna be out of town this week. I'm busy. I can't read all your hate. But yeah, there's pretty much cheat sheets if you don't want to educate yourself, and if you want to go with whatever influencer you think is smart. That's an oxymoron. Just kidding. But yeah, there's cheat. You can just look up all the answers. You pretty much just cheat on the test. Why didn't you vote, Anthony? I'm curious. Yeah, but you said you did with a smirk on your face, and I can tell when someone's lying because someone else did that to me. I said, "Oh, are you going to vote?" And they said, "Yeah." Or no, I said, "Did you vote?" And they said, "Yeah." And I was like, "No, you didn't. No, you did not." And they said, "Yeah, but I'm going to." And I looked at them and I said, "No, you're not. I can tell." Did you vote? Yeah. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Anthony did not vote. I am shook. Who would you have voted for? Biden. You want COVID to be over? You think that Biden is going to make COVID end? See, I feel like if Trump won, he'd be like, it's gone. You think Biden's the key to COVID ending? Okay. So why didn't you vote? I did. Yeah, Anthony's sticking to the I did. Okay, Shaggy, it wasn't me. Keep saying it. Damn. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't vote, I get it, I guess. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people like, I didn't vote because it doesn't matter. Okay, then just do it because why the fuck not? Fill out some bubbles. Who cares if it doesn't matter? And it feels so cool. You feel like you're doing something like special. Damn. Yeah, I voted. Jo Jorgensen, man, it was tough not to pick her. That's a horny name, Jo Jorgensen. I said that out loud a couple times, and I circled it sexily, but without touching it. And then I put the old biter. Ugh, they're so gross. And if you voted for Trump, you know, you voted more than Anthony did, I'll tell you that. You voted. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. People post a lot of shit that's like, if you voted for Trump, you're voting for, like, you can't be my friend. It's more I don't know. It's hard to say because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, is that the way to go about it? Like, I get where people are coming from when they're like, a vote for Trump is a vote for racism. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the... I don't know. It's hard because I'm like... I don't think it's kind of like cancel culture in the sense of like there's no redemption or forgiveness. Like why can't I just be friends with everyone? Like anyone, not everyone. I don't want to be friends with certain people, but like why can't I be friends with people who have opposing views? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a fun way to live if you just hate everyone who has a... I don't know. I'm dumb. See, that's the thing. I'm dumb. I don't need to be making big decisions. But yeah, I voted. So you're welcome, Bitey Poo. He is not there. He's not there. But whatever. Okay, I'm done talking politics because F that noise. But 2021, we'll find out who wins, maybe. But I did have a crazy week. I had a fun week. I went out of the country this week. Yeah, I went out of the country. I went to Tijuana. It's 5 minutes south of San Diego. But I had a great time. I did a show in San Diego. I had a friend show up. Well, not a friend. Someone who I went to college with, who I haven't seen, I think, since college, was at the show. I recognized him. I was like, holy shit. I did the show in San Diego. I met up with Ari Manis, whose family lives down there in this giant estate. His family has a tennis court on their property. So I went over there. We hung out. I made food with his mom. I had him do the show with me in San Diego. Got to headline. I hated it, honestly. There's something weird about the vibe in San Diego. Doing comedy in San Diego, it's like way too laid back. The people there are like, I just want tacos. Like this comedy's killing my vibe right now, even though I paid to come and see it. It's way too laid back in like a really pretentious way. Sorry, San Diego. Sorry. This is me alienating all of my audience. If you live in San Diego, if you're a Trump supporter, get the fuck out. No, I'm just kidding. Stay, hang out. It's good vibes here. But yeah, I don't know. Something about San Diego. Sometimes I have a good time, but it's tough. I also went to college down there, and like I just blacked out all the time and had weird experiences in college. So I feel like I also associate that time in my life with visiting San Diego. So anyway, after the show, I was like, let's get out of the country. Grab your passports. We're going to a brothel in Tijuana. Was it COVID safe? No. I mean, I wore a mask the whole time, and they check your temperature on your head when you get in to each individual brothel, and they make you sanitize your hands when you walk in. But then once you're in, you see them cheeks clapping. The titties bouncing. Yeah, I went to the Hong Kong. I went to Chicago. I went to Adelitas. I went all over. Tijuana, it was pretty quiet over there, TBH. But it was a good time. No one really stood out to me. Me and Ari made small talk with this woman who has 2 kids. 2 boys, precious. One of them's 4. One of them's 2, I think. This girl had braces. It was, it was a vibe. But we were only there for like an hour and a half. And then we got a bunch of tacos, and then we went back home. I drove back home to LA. And yeah, it was crazy because I was also at the Dodgers World Series street riot. Essentially, that's what it was. I did get some heat. I deleted one of my Instagram stories. I redacted a story because I was getting criticized. Rightfully so. I lit a firecracker and I threw it into the street. And at the time that I threw it, there were no cars and the light was red. But then the light turned green. And I was also, once you put a firework in your hand, something changes in your brain where you don't think about things practically or logically. So I just threw it into the street. It did go under a car. The car was fine. It blew up after the car drove over it. No one was hurt. Do you think I would post if someone got hurt? No, someone could have got hurt, but they didn't because God was watching over me. And it was crazy. Ran into Andrew, former guest of the pod, all gas no brakes, filming down there. That was kind of weird to see in person, like watching him film, because everyone goes freaking psycho for him. And you just see people doing crazy stuff, and you're like, you want that to be on camera? Like, when you're watching one of his videos, and you're like, there's no way they thought that anyone was going to watch this. People see the cameras. They see him. They go, oh, gas no brakes. And then they're like, Antifa is actually ran by Satanists who are in a cult who eat the blood of children. It's a girl with tiny short bangs. And it's like, what? There was literally like a girl like that at the Dodgers World Series thing who came up to him. It was crazy to watch. But then, yeah, there were these like huge lifted trucks doing donuts on Sunset Boulevard. I'm surprised no one died because I was convinced I was about to witness a homicide. There was I'm still in disbelief that I didn't see a bloody corpse on the floor. The way that things were going. And then people started throwing Modelo's at the ground. I lit off more fireworks without any traffic oncoming. There was a car that was burning out its tires and one of them popped in my eye and then I was fine. I was like, if you're gonna make my eye hurt, like at least like I want to wear an eye patch for a week, have a story to tell, not just like, ow, my eye. Did anyone see that tire blow up in my eye? And everyone's like, no. And you're like, okay, well maybe if I was missing an eye, you guys would care. This would be a better story to tell. I did do some tagging because I'm a bad girl and I do bad things now. My friend was doing some wall art. My friend Banksy was at the World Series. And, so I caught a tag, as they say. I get so hooked on things that, like, after I did that, I was like, hee, like, I felt, like, so, like, psycho and free. And then I went to the art store and I bought markers so I could start tagging stuff. So if you see any Allie Mac tags around town, it's me. Just kidding, it's not Allie Mac. Full circle. So yeah, I went to San Diego. I went to the World Series, got a tire blown up in my face. It was all bloody. I'm missing an eye. This is a glass eye. Practically lost my arms and legs. No, I was fine. But it did go down. It was wild. Went to San Diego the next night. Went to Tijuana that same night. Came back to LA. I think the next day I went to Long Beach to shoot photos with my homie Brick, who works at Burgers 99. If you're ever in LA, you have to go to Burgers 99 on La Brea. It's the best. They have fried chicken sandwiches on Fridays. Oh my God, they're so good. Anyway, he was taking pictures of me in Long Beach, so we went to Long Beach. My phone broke. My iPhone, like 2, whatever I had. That iPhone essentially was just a calculator. I've had it for so long. It's like anytime I take pictures, it looks like it was taken on a calculator. That's pretty much the only app that would work on that phone. And I honestly loved it. That home button, I kind of miss her. My phone broke when I was taking these pictures in Long Beach. And he felt bad because when you watch someone like hit their head on like a door frame or like something like you watch them like drop their phone in the toilet or something. You know that feeling where you're like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not you. That sucks for you. Like you're with your friend and you walk out to their car and they have a parking ticket on it and then you just have to sit in the passenger seat like, yeah, that sucks. Like, I got one a couple months ago. And you're, like, trying to help them not have a mental breakdown. So that's how my friend felt when my phone died. But honestly, I was stoked because my sister's husband had a phone for me for my birthday that was going to get given to me, like, on my sister's trip. But I couldn't wait, I have posts to upload. I have stories to share. And so I drove all the way to Arizona where my phone was to pick it up. Right after Long Beach. I got home from Long Beach at like 5. I drove to Arizona at 6 with no phone, no GPS, no Spotify. I posted this on my Instagram. I said I had no phone, no GPS, no music. And people were like, have you heard of the radio? Have you heard of MapQuest or whatever that website is? Yeah, obviously I had the radio. I'm talking about like my actual phone with my music on it and like live updated GPS. Ugh. And also, don't you guys know I'm dramatic? Like, what do you think? Like, obviously I have things, but I have to be more dramatic than it actually was. I love driving to Arizona. And also people are like, haven't you heard of FedEx? That's like simps, but in like disguise. That's like camouflage simps. Dudes being like, have you heard of FedEx? Haha. She's definitely going to respond to that. I don't like camo simps. If you're going to be a simp, be a nice, all out, marry me, Allie, you're perfect, you're beautiful type of simp. Not a, have you heard of FedEx? Have you heard of the radio? Yeah, I could have had it overnighted, but I wanted it right then. So I got into Arizona at 1 a.m. I had to stop at the gas station to call my sister and tell her that I was like halfway there. Then when I got to her place, I had to go to the motel across the street from where she lives, and they were closed, so the guy had to call her and be like, hello, I'm with your sister. She's going to meet you at the guest parking. But it all worked out. I got to see my sister. I immediately set up my phone. As soon as I saw her, I was like, where is it? She was like, you're addicted to your phone. I'm like, yeah, here's the thing. I could have waited the 2 days it would have taken to get to my place. But why? Why would I do that? If I could drive 6 hours, visit my sister, go on this nice drive alone with my thoughts, no social media to check. Like, yeah, I'm going to go grab my phone. And also, like, if I didn't drive 6 hours, I wouldn't have had a story to tell on the podcast. So you have to think about it that way. Do you want to do this, or is this more to tell on your podcast? Tijuana, brothel, Arizona, phone. It's cool. I like the new phone. I've been posting a lot. It's the iPhone, I think, like 10 or 11 or something. Yeah, it's the 10. It's not like the super new one. It's really nice. I like it. It's very high def, which is frightening to see yourself so clearly. But it's nice. I really like it. I feel healthier somehow. I feel skinnier. I feel hotter with this new phone. I need to get a new case for it. And also, what else did I do? I did something else that I feel like was kind of crazy. I think I did something else. I drove home from Arizona. Oh my gosh. And then the next day was Halloween. I went to a super spreader event. Yeah. And I tried to kind of mind my own business and not be too involved in like the COVID craziness of it. But I wanted to go to see what it would be like. So I went to this warehouse in downtown and it was packed. There was this, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it. Well, I mean, whatever. There were some musical artists performing. There's this girl Hook, who's a rapper from Riverside. She's super dope, and she was performing there. There was also like this like punk / rap. Like, I don't even know what you would call it. It's like screamo soul. Yeah, kind of. It's like screamo poetry. I don't know what it is, but I enjoyed it. And I kind of hid in the corner, but I had to find my friend who was behind like the DJ booth. So I did go around a lot of people. And as I was walking over there, there was a mosh pit and I got pulled down. This big man crushed me, fell right on top. It was like slow motion where I'm watching him and I'm like trying to push him away, but he's falling back. So I end up just like grabbing onto him while he's falling back. You guys wish, but yeah, I got crushed. My chest still hurts. And so that's why I also thought I had COVID, is because I'm at this like big super spreader event and then my chest hurts, but it was because a big man fell on me in a mosh pit. And then what else? Was there anything else? And then I went to Ojai and like I felt fine and it was just me and my sisters. And then we were just tripping about COVID. And then I got tested yesterday, or I got tested 2 days ago and it came back negative. My sister got tested today and it came back negative. So we're all good. And I lost that bet. I bet my friend Danny. I'm going to have him on the podcast soon. He's great. He's the one who I went on the rave cruise with. And he's just like, he has a podcast too called It's All Bad. It's All Bad podcast. And he has people on. Everyone talks about their craziest stories. It's really funny. But I bet my friend Danny $100 and I bet my friend Lee $100. Lee said I don't need to actually give him $100, that I could just pay him back in dinner. or snacks or food. But Danny was like, pay up, bitch. Which is fair, you know? I made the bet, so. Okay. Oh, also, I just came straight to do this podcast from the most incredible massage I've ever had in my entire life. Sparadise. Terrible name. But it's called Sparadise, and this lady absolutely killed it. She was so small, but her thumbs, it was like her thumbs bench pressed. Like her thumbs were so strong and her forearms just like pressing into my back. Oh my God. Whew. It was so good. But then you can have a massage that just ruins your entire week. I've had that too. Where you just leave and you're like, I feel way worse. Oh my God, your aunt just DM'd me. Oh yeah, I was in the Comedy Store documentary on Showtime. Briefly, last episode. I didn't sign a release. I'll say that. I didn't sign the release for it, but I am on it and I'm glad. I would have signed the release, but I didn't. So, shady. Okay, let's look. How much time are we at?
42.
Oh, wow. Okay, Allie, go off, queen. Okay, so I posted on my Instagram story. I said if anyone has questions or topic for the podcast, send them in. And because I've been kind of thirst trapping everyone this week, I have a lot of simps in here. What is my favorite scent? Okay, that's a weird way to start off the questions and topics. I don't know. I like a vanilla, wood, tobacco with a light floral scent. So whatever that is. Do you think humans are the Earth's beard? Also, does the Earth have a podcast? This dude must be in Oregon because they just legalized LSD and mushrooms and shit. That makes no sense, but at the same time, it makes a lot of sense. Omegle stories. I love watching those on here. Omegle's fun. Some nights are better than others in terms of who else is on there. I went on recently. It's on my Instagram. And I actually talked to some fun, interesting people. I don't have any... Sometimes at the beginning of the pandemic, when me and my friends were bored, we'd go on a Zoom call together. And we would each take turns going on Omegle and sharing the screen with each other. And we'd get people to do some crazy stuff. My friend got a dude to put a Sharpie in his beehole. My friend got... Yeah, on Omegle. There was something involving a sock going up. Oh, I think this guy put a sock over his hand and put it up his beehole. There was a lot of beehole activity that we would get guys to do. It's crazy. Some guy, it's on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram and watch the video, the most recent Omegle I posted, this guy wanted me to laugh at his pee-pee while he was touching it and say how small it was. And so I did, of course. You know, I didn't want to disappoint him in his little baby pee-pee. It was pretty entertaining to just see, get a little insight. No. It was small. I wouldn't say that it was micro, though, but it was very small. And I think what was more interesting about it was that it was, like, pencil-y. Like, it was very skinny and, like, kind of long. But not, like, a normal long. Like, definitely below average, smaller long. But it was so skinny, which was the most, I think, shocking part of it all. I was expecting when he said, want to watch me touch my, like, tiny little pee-pee, I thought it was just going to be, like, very short. But it wasn't what I expected. Are pizza meats overrated? I don't know what that means, but I honestly think that pizza is overrated. I'm not a huge pizza gal. So you can take me off those Pizzagate conspiracy websites, okay? Yeah, I don't like pizza. I'll eat it. I'm happy to eat it. I enjoy it when I am eating it. But I'm never really in the mood for pizza or craving it. And I like nasty pizza. Like, I like Domino's and Pizza Hut. Those are my favorite. Give me a thick, cheesy crust. Someone said, after we match on Hinge, what's the ideal first date? Okay, this is a great question because obviously this person has seen my Hinge profile. I downloaded Hinge for the first time. I'm not on any other apps, just Hinge. Surprisingly, people like know who I am on Hinge. Like, I've gotten messages being like, is this really you? And I'm like, oh my God, am I popping on Hinge? Like, that's never really happened on other dating websites, or people just played it cooler. There's something about Hinge where people will just be like, big fan. And I'm like, what am I supposed to say to that? Also, I don't want you asking me questions about comedy if I end up meeting up with you. So, not a good look. At least pretend you don't know who I am. It's not happening. I mean, actually, it is kind of happening often. I was going to say it's not because I don't want to seem like I'm up my own butt. But it is happening a lot. And also, a lot of people on Hinge are ugly. I'm sorry. Everyone's canceled tonight. I'm not afraid anymore. I feel free to finally shit on everyone. Everyone on Hinge is ugly. There's 3 cute guys on Hinge. That's it. I'm so over it. And you can only like a certain amount of people per day. So I ended up upgrading for like 3 months. And now I'm just stuck with the premium membership Hinge, looking at ugly dudes all day, left and right, having pointless conversations. But whatever, I'm bored. So we're doing it. Am I single? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Writer's block. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I would say just don't think about riding. Put the pressure off of yourself. Don't try and look at everything as like a riding thing. Just go for a walk, go for a bike ride, do something outdoors. And it'll come to you when it needs to. But don't just sit on the bed and be like, why can't I write? And it's like, well, you're jerking off with both hands. How do you expect to write something? How often do I think about my hometown? Long Beach? I don't know. I think about it anytime someone mentions anything about Long Beach or famous people from Long Beach or where I'm from. Then I think about it. But I'm so close to Long Beach. And I also feel like, I don't know, I don't have that like connection with Long Beach where I'm like always repping it. But I do love it. There's not much to think about. It's like, okay, I'm from Long Beach. Cool. Someone said, why did I quit following them? I mean, I'm just looking at the username right now and I don't remember ever following you. So it must have been an accident or we just lost touch and I didn't see the need to keep up the... Why do people get so sensitive about following? I mean, I get it. There's a couple people who I've noticed unfollowed me and I'm like, damn, I thought we were homies. But then I think about it more and I'm like, yeah, I don't really talk to that person. So like, why do they... No one owes me anything, you know? And that's how you should look at it, sir. Bad dates. I can't think of any, and I think I've talked about that before. Most dates are bad. I haven't had any that were like so bad. I'm sure I have, but I can't remember. I block everything out. That's not good. Probably childhood trauma. Someone said say Twizzlers or Red Vines. Let me know. Either. I know some people are very like, wherever they live, it's all one or the other. I feel like where I grew up in Long Beach, represent Long Beach all day. Woo, 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 woo. They had both. But I'm going to say Red Vines. Yeah, I got on Twitter. Some hoe took my old username, not Allie Mac, which is my username on every other platform. So now there's some hoe tweeting about One Direction and shit, using my username. I asked her if I could have it back. She hasn't gotten back to me. So my Twitter, if you want it, I don't know how often I'm going to tweet, but I wanted to at least have the username is not Ally Mac. How lame is that? Not Ally Mac? Whatever. Figure it out. If you were eating human, what part of the human would you eat? I'm going to go with... It depends on the person. If they have a juicy thigh, I'll take that. I'm going to go with the chicken, structure. Like, I'm either going to get the thigh or I'm going to get the breast. Yeah. I would be curious what human tastes like. If I was on like a crazy trip out in like the woods, the hidden dark woods and tribal towns of, East Asia or something. I don't know. And they were like, in our culture, we eat human. I'd be like, I'm not going to turn that down. I don't want to be the next one you guys eat. I would be curious what it tastes like. I don't want to kill anyone. Like, I don't want to eat anyone, but I am curious. But not in like a put me on a watch list type of curious. Someone said, I need to stop doing thirst traps because I'm giving people the wrong idea. It's the thing with thirst trapping is that it's all about angles and lighting. It's not real. I'm not saying I'm ugly, but I definitely stare at my own pictures being like, damn, who is that? So, I'm sorry. Are those my real sisters? Are they cool? Yes, those are my real sisters. I posted about them a bunch this week because I love them so much and we had such a nice time. Because both of them now are like engaged or married and they both have moved out of LA. And so we're going to start going on a sister trip every year because we have so much fun together. And I love them so much. And we all look different, but we all look similar. But yeah, I think if people saw us, they would think that maybe we have different dads or something. But yeah, I love them. And we made TikToks together. Follow me on TikTok at NotAllieMac to check those out. It was so funny. My sister was like, what? She was acting so stupid about it. She's like, so how do these people go viral? She was like playing dumb about TikTok. She's like, so how does something become a trend? And I'm like, how does anything else become a trend? Why are you asking dumb questions, you old biatch? What's my least favorite thing about social media? That people can... What's great about it is that you can get so much information and you can like see so many things that you would have never seen before and like find new people and new artists and new talent that you wouldn't have discovered without it. But at the same time, I think like it goes back to the conspiracy aspect of like, because there's so many people that you wouldn't have seen and information, you can just kind of become like disillusioned and you can start, I don't know. I think it all depends on your relationship with it. Someone said, how did you meet Joe Rogan? Every podcast. I gotta explain this. I do stand-up comedy. Well, I shouldn't be so mean about it. Maybe they didn't listen to the last 69 episodes. I met him at the Comedy Store, and that's it. Go back, listen to all the episodes, put the pieces together. I have such a short fuse. I'm about to get set off. Would I become a UFC fighter? Yeah, thought about it. I don't fight. There's no part of me that's like, finish him. I'm like, are you okay? Have someone in a headlock during jiu-jitsu. Are you okay? They're like, yeah, you're weak. What do I miss most about pre-COVID times? I was going to say orgies, but those are still happening. Sorry. So there's one guy who complains about me burping in the mic. Trigger warning. Oh, someone wanted me to talk about my sobriety. I wish I knew which episode I'd talk about it in. I talk about it in the last one, but I feel like I talked about it more in depth in other ones. I don't know. Yeah, I've talked about it before. I just got 5 years sober. How did I do it? I don't know. I just didn't drink. Even if I wanted to, I just didn't because I knew that the next day I'd probably be happy waking up not hungover. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do another episode that's more dedicated to certain things that people ask about a lot and go more in depth. But yeah, November 1st was I remember Halloween 2015 was the last time I drank. It was a nightmare. It wasn't that bad, actually. I think that's the thing, is that wasn't that bad, and I realized, like, oh, I still feel like shit even when it's not that bad. So... Someone said, would you start a band? I played drums. Yeah. I would love to start a band, for real, for real. If someone flashed you in public, would you react the same way as you do in Omegle? No, I would be horrified. On Omegle, it's expected in some way, but on the street, you're vulnerable. It's not expected. What's my favorite Oreo? I'm not a big Oreo gal, but I would say just like classic double stuffed. Give me more of that filling, baby. Oh my god, people think I look like Billie Eilish. It's so crazy. I really do not see it. But when I was at the sister trip in Ojai, I was doing this morning yoga class with my basic sisters, of course. And we were walking out leaving, and we were around this like pumpkin patch area, and there were these like young little girls sitting around, and they were all staring at me. And I was like, hi. Because I'm like, oh, they probably think like my hair is cool or something. So I'm like, hi. And they're like, is your name Billy? And I was like, no, my name's Allie. And then they're like, oh, we thought you were Billie Eilish. I was like, what? And then on Halloween, I was on Hollywood Boulevard. And this girl comes up to me. I had my skateboard. I'm like holding my hands onto this like bike lockup thing so I could try and do really high ollies. And this lady comes up to me and she was like, excuse me. I thought she was about to be like, is that your car or something? She's like, excuse me, are you Billie Eilish? I was like, is someone setting you up? Like, are you... I was like, no, I swear, I'm not making this up. I do not see it. I think it's cool, though. I mean, I'll take it. I think I'm a thick, young lady with baggy clothes. I don't know what it is, because I have thicker eyebrows than her. Our face shapes are different. She has juicy lips. I have no upper lip. And our hair is completely different. She has, like, neon green hair right now. But the girl was like, oh my god, I really thought that you were her. And I was like, okay. And then it happened to me at the airport like a couple months ago. I think I talked about it on here. A couple months ago, this lady came up to me and like really thought that I was her. And I kept saying no. And she was like, are you sure? Like, I won't say anything. What the heck?
Isn't she like really short?
Billie Eilish? I don't know. I don't think so. I think she might be like 2 inches shorter than me. She's probably like 5'6". But she's not like really short. But yeah, the reason I brought that up is because someone said that they were watching the Showtime documentary and their dad said that I looked like Billie Eilish. I mean, I'll take it. I don't see it. Anthony, Post Malone's my podcast producer. This is Billie Eilish's podcast now. Someone said how to deal with loneliness and heartbreak. Try to love yourself, and by that, I mean take yourself out on dates. Start doing things on your own and feeling more and more confident doing things on your own. Sometimes what helps me, pretend you're like in a movie and you're the main character in the movie and you're just like walking around town and, you know, I don't know. Sometimes you just have to like have this weird delusional thinking to get you out of your like delusional thinking of like, I'm going to be lonely forever or whatever. So counteract the delusion with different delusion. I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. It's always one of them gotta be ugly. If you haven't seen that TikTok, it's so good. I made my dad recreate it. We're at an hour, and I'm also out of questions. Please support me on Patreon, me and Anthony. If you guys support the Patreon, Anthony will finally be released from his cage. The Patreon, just go to patreon.com and search Ali Makofsky, Macofsky. Check out my website to see where I'm performing. I'm going to be in Texas, but this won't come. I'll have already been back from that by the time this comes out. I'm going to Washington, D.C. I might be doing something really cool next year because I don't think the holidays are a good time for this idea. But I have a feeling I'm going to be going to a lot of new places. And so just stay tuned for that. And we have new podcasting things. We have like mics. We got little stands. So the audio quality of this is going to be through the roof next time you hear it. And I think that's it. I just did the Honeydew podcast, Ryan Sickler's podcast. I was a guest on it. It's called The Honeydew. And I talked about all my most horrifying memories. Talked about hooking up with dudes in hostels, getting in car accidents, my parents being alcoholics. A lot of fun stuff. And I think that's it. I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Don't get too caught up in the hoopla. And be nice. And in 4 years, write me in for president. I don't know anything, but no one else does either. That's going to be my campaign slogan. All right, I'm going to go to bed. Anthony's can't wait to go to bed. Doesn't even want to be here right now. Okay. Good episode. Good times. Okay, good night.